Alright, Sundays we do things a little differently. This is called the Operations and Intelligence Brief. This is for the people on the ground, because all week we spoke to when the culture and the results clash, the culture wins. Now, if you are in any way, shape or form responsible for setting the standards with your crew, and I mean any way, shape or form, anyone, you don't need authority to lead. You can lead the way by your actions. So if you have a job where you do things and people can see what you're doing, you could help with this. So be honest. Is your crew running a day, or are they reacting to it? Type run or react. What we're going to do is have a look in. This is why I read you this post from a mob called OpenEXO. The reason I use construction school is because OpenEXO studied startups. And you probably think, what startups got to do with construction? But you know, we're talking about startups. Why are we off fucking talking about we're talking about constructions? Why are we off on a tangent talking about startups? Because startups is all about getting a team. It's a cohesive team that operates exceptionally well, that can scale, move quick. Okay, speed. Next week, watch out, we're going to talk about the difference between fast and speed, because there is actually a difference. What they figured out is there is 11 core attributes that these startups had that they scaled to $1 billion really, really quickly. Same core attributes we can use to build this team and do the same thing on a project, all right? Which are all, funnily enough, inside school. But this is the bit that's important for you. Transformation doesn't fail because of structure. It fails because of culture. Try and change something. If fear, hierarchy, or perfectionism dominate, no dashboards or interface can compensate. EXOs intentionally reward curiosity, autonomy, and transparency. We do all of those inside school. This week, identify one behaviour culture subtly discourages. Transformation begins when leaders change what gets rewarded. I'll tell you what subtly gets discouraged in construction. That's experimentation. Trying to fix things. Don't try and reinvent the fucking wheel. We've always done it this way. We know what we're doing. We don't need somebody else's opinion. Right? Just do your job. Listen to what you're told. What is discouraged is being a catalyst. A catalyst is about being, by changing minds, by removing roadblocks and lowering barriers that keep people from taking action. As I said, you don't need any level of authority to be able to do this. You just need to get in, jump inside construction school, which I've got a little badge down there in the corner, school.com/scrum/about. Jump in construction school and you can start doing this yourself. All right, so I'm not going to be able to build construction school by myself, which is the reason, or what I'm trying to do is not going to scale. It's the reason that I'm using construction school. I'm going to show you some metrics. If we're running a project, we have to have metrics that we measure that tell us whether we're on track or off track. Now, I've got a Masogi, which is, think of it as a milestone or a big goal this year, which is to win the school games. To win the school games, I'll show you what goes on here. So let's go to schoolers. And the schoolers, this is a school game. They run this thing called the school games, okay? The school games won by what they call MRR, monthly returning revenue. I'm in the money category for school games. I don't know how that works with what I'm doing with construction, but that's the category that they've put me in. MRR that's winning it, the guy that's at the leader at the moment for the money section for Q1 of 2026 is at $47,616 per month. That's US dollars too. So it's a little bit better than Aussie dollars. That's the category I'm aiming to take out this year. All right, so let's have a look at the stats. As Dan Sullivan says, there's a quote from, where am I trying to go here? I need to go to group settings. There's a quote from Alcoholics Anonymous, which is, all progress starts with the truth. Now, the truth is, at the moment, I am nowhere near the mark. I don't stand a chance in hell of being able to do this. I've set it for Q3 of 2026 to be able to make this milestone. Where I currently sit, I don't stand a chance in hell of being able to do that. In fact, the last payout, it was 0, okay? And the next one in 4 days will be 0. So we've got no MRR there. What we need to do is start having a look at the metrics and going, how do we make the needle move? All right, so there's a few things that we're going to look at. This tells me where my traffic's actually come from. So I've had 78 visitors in the last 30 days. Can we set that for longer? No, that one's just 30 days. Direct, which means they've come off a link that I've put out. The Skool network, so Skool itself sent 24 people across to me. I get traffic from Facebook, funnily enough. And I'm not even doing anything on Facebook. I worked Facebook for years and years and years and years, but I'm not doing anything on there at the moment. I'm going to start looking at live streaming, see if we can bump that number up. Get some from Google, not worth worrying about. YouTube, TikTok, one, that was me. I've just put a link and I did a live on TikTok the other day just to test something out. So that's where people are coming from. They're actually learning about Skool. The best one, I'll get 3 from affiliates, which is people that are actually Skool members already. My best way of ramping this thing up, because it converts the best, is actually using the affiliates. So what I do is there's a paid program inside Skool. There's 2 of them actually. One's $4K a month and one's $197 a month. And you get a 40% commission on those if you send people through. So I've had 10 sign-ups. Sign-ups came from the Skool network, 7 of them, 2 of them from people that were inside the Skool community already, and 1 from Google. Now, our conversion rate, that means for 100 people that come and visit the page at 78, so we've got a 12.8% conversion rate. Now, the reason that has gone down is because the people that I'm sending there direct, so 30 people I've sent direct, and 14 from Facebook is a big part of that. None of them have actually converted, as in signed up. Now, the reason why you see the Skool network, 24 visitors and 7 sign-ups, it's easier to get them to convert because if they've come from the Skool network, they already have a Skool account. So they're already signed up, they already joined the Skool community, they just have to click join, apply to join, or whatever it says on the about page. Okay, so what we need to do is build more connection with these people that are coming from direct and from Facebook and make it more appealing for them to come inside the Skool community, hence what we're doing here at the moment. So our new MRR is 0. So we're just going to tick off. What I want to track here, these are the key metrics that I'm going to track. So in discovery, we're currently at 5653. That means that's where we sit if someone goes and looks for us in the Skool community. So that's our rank is 5653. We're going to track this every week. We're going to look at these metrics and see whether we're improving, whether we're trending up, trending down, or trending sideways. The exact same way, if we're trying to increase our own value, we're going to have a look at the cause, which will create the effect. So the effect that we want to is increase our own value. So we're going to have a look at what are the causes that create that. So we're going to have a look what causes can we track, which are going to create the effect where we climb up the discovery numbers. MRR, same. We need to look at that from cause effect perspective. What's going to cause people to sign up? Help us with that MRR. Traffic, again, I'm going to have a look at Facebook. It's going to be the #1 thing. Then I'm going to look at there. Conversions, I'm not particularly worried about at the moment. And the other thing that we're going to track very closely is engagement. So what happens with engagement is, we're going to have a look at, oh mate, Benny's profile here. Engagement's this. So it runs a little dashboard inside here, and this is one of the key things. And as you can see there, it tracks how many activities. So Monday the 10th of November 2025, I had 13 activities inside SKOOL. So what I'm going to do is build, if people are engaging, then they're getting value from it. Right? They're getting value from it, they're likely to tell other people about it. Tell people about it, they're likely to join. They're already getting some results from the free stuff, they're more likely to go, hang on, if we pay or work with Benny a bit more, we're going to move a bit quicker. Move from lowest probability and the slowest way of actually doing what he does to the highest probability and the fastest way of doing it. So we're going to focus intently on engagement. Engagement is going to be the cause that we're going to look at for, it will drive our rank up, it'll drive our MRR up, it will drive our traffic up, it will drive our conversion up. That's the constraint in the system at the moment, is engagement. Engagement's low, we're not getting it. We need to put a solid focus on how do we do that. At the moment, what we're focused on is building rituals. So you'll see the last lot of posts that I have done. Where do we go to here? Settings, affiliates. I just want to get back to my main page now. That one, okay. So you'll see the most recent posts I've posted about Gilbert and ORCA and building rituals inside what I call smoker. Get outside your own paddock. I hate rules in general. Is vulnerability soft? As you'll see, like that one had good engagement, so there were 7 comments on that one. If you want to be in the one set, that's not one. So we're going to put a solid focus on doing that. That's what the focus is going to be for SKOOL, because it is all about the culture. I'm going to play you this little clip from a guy called Ryan Tierney. Now, Ryan has turned around his own company called Seeding Matters, and he's currently turning another company around called Spirit Metals. When he does these turnarounds and he gets lean in place, he doesn't look at how much revenue he's making, what KPIs people are set, all the rest of it. He looks at engagement. How do I engage these people? This is the reason why. This tells you as well that you can change the culture of your crew regardless of your level of authority.
What's your culture like? Well, you can see by the habits of your team.
Wow.
So culture is group habit. So how do we change the culture? We do it really, really slowly and really, really gradually. And my father often told this story. His father, my grandfather, was a sheep farmer.
Oh, wow.
And quite a small farm in rural Ireland, rural Northern Ireland. But my father he always related change, whether it be change in an organisation or change in thinking or any type of change. The best way to create change was to make change slow and gradual and incremental. And explained that when my grandfather was rounding up the sheep in the field to try and get them into a pen, he used a sheepdog. Why did he use a sheepdog? Because the sheepdog was really slow, moved around the edge of the field, kind of hid in the grass, but quietly and confidently, over the space of a few minutes, got the sheep into the pen. The sheepdog got the desired outcome, but was really slow about it, really, easy, working slow, whereas the bulldog goes in and splits all the sheep up.
Right.
So what a lot of people do when they come across something like lean, or they come across some new concept that they get really excited about, they go back to their company like a bulldog and say, we're going to do this. It's called lean manufacturing. It's going to change our company. We're going to reduce all this waste.
All right, so Ron's talking about lean there in the manufacturing space. It works the exact same way on the construction paddock. What we don't need you to do when you get into construction school is go back to your site and say, this is the greatest thing ever, it's going to fucking change everything. We're going to do it, it's going to be fantastic, because people are just going to push back. We slowly but surely herd them to where we want them, like the sheepdog is. What you're going to get is a lot of negative feedback, particularly from skeptics. Like Dr. Eli Goldratt said, and we've been looking at this all week, when the culture and results and the culture clash, the culture wins. Salam Ismail says it another way. He says when you try to innovate or do something different within a large organisation, and that's what a project is, large organisation, he said the project's immune system or the organisation's immune system will attack and try and kill it off. That's the reason why we're building construction school. That's the place we can come and go, hey Benny, we tried this and it got killed off. What do you suggest next? The how to do these things, the stuff is very simple. What we do, we teach people to see waste and flow. We use the ORCA process to stop and fix things when they go awry, and I'll give you access to a GPT that you can use to run that process yourself. Then we create lessons learned, which are photos and videos of what we actually fixed, which is the engagement section inside school. This is what I need you to start, what I want you to start doing. If you want to be a catalyst, this is the place and the time for you to start practicing, to start doing it. Create lessons learned, photos and videos, put them in school, because that creates what's known as Yokoten across the construction industry, where we can learn from everyone's lessons learned. That's the easy bit. The easy bit is how. Tools and techniques are the simple bit. Just keep yourself engaged, motivated, and able to sustain it, like I am on day 98 of doing ORCA every day in a row, live. That's the hard bit. Now, you're going to get a lot of skeptics, but the skeptics, believe it or not, actually work in our favour. What I'm looking for is, during these sessions, is I want you to bring skeptics, or come on yourself and say, I tried to sell this on my site to someone, try to tell someone about it, and they said, it's bullshit because whatever. If you have seen a lot of my lives, I do an intro. You can't do that here, Benny. You can't create a learning environment here. That won't work. It won't work in manufacturing. It won't work in construction. That's the culture attacking the results, because it does work. I've used it. I've proved it over and over and over. I've had my own best mates even push back on it and tell me it won't work. One of them went deliberately out of his way to make sure that what I was doing didn't work. That's the culture or the immune system attacking the results, because it's different. So if you've got a skeptic, all right, tell them this one first. So the difference between what we call good and good is down in this corner here. It's got the slowest and lowest probability of actually changing and making something better. Flawless execution is what we want, up in this corner up here. Complete and utter shit show. Some level of shit show is what most construction sites are. Bit of a shit show, a real shit show, or a complete and utter shit show. They sit in this bottom corner down here, this bottom quadrant down here. We want to get up to flawless execution, 98% of the time. What keeps us, the difference between here and here is not a little bit, it's huge. If we say, oh, we're pretty good at what we do, pretty good means mediocre. Mediocre's not great. 5 to 6x better is what we are up in that corner here. I'm just going to play you a video of Paul Akers that speaks to this. I want you to go and find some skeptics to bring on here to tell me why we can't do this in the construction industry.
The world is dysfunctional. Organizations are highly dysfunctional. And those people that do lean correctly, no one can touch them. The differential is not, 50%, 100%, it's 600%. They dwarf everyone.
When he talks about doing it differently, that loop is basically Paul Akers' loop. It's about had a couple little tweaks to it. I've added ORCA to it. I've added not just C and waste, but C and flow. And that's the same as the 2-second lean loop. 5 to 6 times better. His people are up to 9 times better. They've been doing it for quite some time. This is not something that we think works. It works, but the skeptics are going to tell you that it won't. The other thing that they'll tell you is that it can't be that simple. If I had $1 for every time someone said to me, it's not that simple, Beanie, then I wouldn't need to be running LinkedIn Live on a Sunday. I'll be sitting on my yacht in Mallorca somewhere. If it's not simple, it will not work.
Otherwise, once again, you'll get huge distortions. Only when you've got the answers to what is the problem and what is the solution, now the time has come to talk about how to cause the solution to be implemented. And throughout everything, you have to hammer into people something amazing.
CEO says you have to hammer into people something amazing. This board, you'll notice, hasn't changed much in the last 97, 98 days. Every day I've been speaking to it in a different way, hammering home the same thing. It must be simple. It must. Just follow this process. It has to be simple or it won't work. It just won't hold. It will be too fragile.
It must be simple. It must be simple. Why do I stress it so much? Somehow, we have come to believe that the more complicated the problem, the more complicated should be the solution. This is totally idiotic.
Write that down. Somehow we've come to believe the more complicated the problem, the more complicated must be the solution. It's completely idiotic. It doesn't work. It never has, and it never will.
The more complicated the problem, the simpler must be the solution, otherwise it will never ever work. This concept of how to insist on extremely simple solutions is something that people are not used to it. Once again, we have to prove it over and over and over and over and over again.
What do you think? I've done this 98 days in a row now, and I've said it where I'm going out to 180. I keep repeating it over and over and over again until it starts to sink in. It's not something we're used to doing. We think that we repeat something 2 or 3 times. That's a lot. It's not. You must do this. This is not a process that you do every now and again. It's not something that you do when you feel like doing it. It's not something you go, oh, it's Friday, everyone's flying out. We'll just give it a miss today. Every day, you must turn up over and over and over again.
On each function of the organization. Otherwise, when we come to put the strategy and the tactic, we will get something so damn complicated that there is no chance of implementing it. Is it understood? Yes?
Must be simple. All right, so to make it simple, what I have done is built a prompt to run it from ChatGPT, runs through the process. So we're going to go through and do it again. Same thing that we did yesterday. We're going to run the same process again. Run ORCA, O-R-C-A, debrief. Happy people, 8258, you're here. Good, glad you're here. Open action review, Beanie, run alive, 28-6, wingman, ORCA, handover notes. So the first thing that it's doing is asking me, I put up some actions on the board yesterday. Come on, technology work. Press the right button, Beanie. From yesterday, 3 actions from yesterday. First thing it does is come back and go, did you complete those actions that you did yesterday? Must be simple. Action 1, yes. Too often we just put an action up or give it to someone to do and then we forget to follow up. Did we actually follow through? Did we say did we do what we say we're going to do? 2 is yes. Because we don't have the consistency. What we do is we set this in a diary, in a calendar. Send it to everyone's as a meeting invite. Send it to everyone via Teams, I don't care how you do it, Outlook, whatever that you use. You turn up every day, you do this. Then we've got a record of it now because too, people can't just say, oh yeah, we ran the session the other day. Oh, did you? Righto, no worries. Let's flick back through the ORCA wingman and see where it was. What did you do? What did you actually do? 3 equals yes. There's a reason why, and I'm not trying to catch people out. What we're trying to do is, it goes back to quantum physics. So the mere act of observation changes the result. When there's a spotlight on us and we have to do something, then we tend to do it. Same thing happened with me with the ORCA. That was how I got through 90 days of ORCA. I didn't just go, I'm going to do it and do it quietly by myself and come in my room and do it. I went, I'm going to live stream and do ORCA. So I'm accountable to someone. Everyone can see whether I did it or whether I didn't. Whether people care about it, whether I did or not, is irrelevant. That was how I got through and did 90 ORCAs in a row without missing. 98 now. Action 3. No, what the date, time and location? It is the 1st of March 2026. This is day 98 of 180 in the ORCA process, and the location is Beanie's office. The time is 5:33 p.m. It might say the ORCA process is irrelevant. The objective of the mission. The objective of the mission today was to create another offer, which was a remote site support offer with the BangerBot, the Red Team, and the Mox Wingman. One objective for the shift. What's the most important thing that needs to happen? Must happen. It doesn't happen. Everything else that we get done is irrelevant because we didn't get that done. What's our objective? The number one thing. What's the mission? What do we have to get done today? The objective of this mission was to create a remote site support offer using BangerBot, Red Team and Mox Wingman. Yes. We get it to repeat, summarise and repeat back to us. Are we good with that? Is that what we're saying? Is that what we've all agreed on? Yes or no? The offer has been completed and is ready to execute on. The result. Did we do it or did we not do it? Yes or no? The remote site support offer has been completed. The offer is ready for execution. Yes. He's going to ask me to put me. What caused those results? Got a tight process now where I work with the wingman. The fact that we've got our very clear picture on what we're selling, what products we're offering at the moment, which is a fractional who. Our big picture as well is keeping us on track, which is the reason why we are 2/3 of the first quarter into 2026, and when everyone else has forgotten about their New Year's resolution or their first quarter's targets, we're still on track because we're focused. Tighten clauses. A definition, thought process for working with wingman tools, clear clarity on current product positioning, fractional offering, strong alignment with the larger 2026 target and quarterly focus, sustained focus while others have drifted from their first quarter's goals. Yes. Put in the comments. How's your New Year's resolution going? Not trying to be an arsehole. Just saying, like the Dan Sullivan quote again from Alcoholics Anonymous, all progress begins with the truth. If you've drifted from your New Year's resolution already, 1st of March today, good time to reset, chase hard, get it still. Write the actions on your whiteboard, who does what by when, and upload a photo once complete. Now, I tried to skip this step yesterday, and it works very well because it won't let me. Beanie, we're going to just leave those as the same, okay? So that's going to be 1st of the 3rd, 1st of the 3rd, So Beanie's got to run live, yep. Orca wingman, handover notes, yep. Beanie needs to do a banger post recap of a live first, the third, 26. Actually, we'll put number 4, Beanie. We need to do the Monday banger post. That needs to be done today. Take a photo of that for our wingman. Straight to the GPT. And that will now summarise that for us. As I say, we're going to take this a notch next week because or not next week, probably later next week actually. I better bring you back, otherwise you'll be looking for me. We're going to move this to Claude soon, and Claude's going to do a lot of this for us. Beanie run live, first to third, where Orca wingman handover notes, first to third, banger post, recap live, Monday banger post, stored as open action items. Okay, so he's written a debrief complete. So I'll copy paste that, hand that over to another wingman, and the other wingman will write the recap post for this that goes up for LinkedIn. All right. Take that, use it, make it a great week. When you're ready, head across skool.com/scrum. Put /about as well if you can, that'd be great. Be honest, if is your crew run of the day, or are they reacting to it? Type run or react in the comments. And always remember, when you first start doing this, or not even, people are always going to take the piss. When you do this, you try and do something different. Stand out. Use lean, scrum, whatever it is. This loop here, the culture stabilisation process, I'll call it. Don't take it personally. It's just human nature. Speak soon. There's a term in Australia called take the piss, right? Which is making fun of someone doing something. That used to happen all the time with me. What's he walking around the paddock for? What's he looking for? What's he doing?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand flow.
And you were boots on the ground, and you're walking the field, and you're talking to the project delivery team. By the way, I've changed that for everything. I always say project delivery team now.
Yeah.
What is the first sign that the team's not ready to start and that this is heading in the wrong direction?
I'm always looking for flow. Now, these guys, back on this project, they used to think I was mad. I'd walk the paddock. I did this for months on end too, right? This is you got to keep repeating things, and you got to keep doing things until people internalise them and they accept them themselves. I used to walk the job 10 to a dozen times a day.
Okay.
The main thing I was looking for is where's it stopped? Where the crane's not moving, where's there groups of people stood up waiting for materials? Because when I knew where it was stopped, then I knew where the problems were. I could go and speak to them and say, hey guys, you don't go and accuse people, right? How's it going? What's happening? Go and talk to the people in the paddock doing the work. They'll tell you what the problem is. We all like to sit in the office and in meetings and stuff like that because it's air conditioned or, we're out of the elements. Get out there at the work front where they're actually doing the work and ask them what's going on. They'll tell you. They love to tell you what's not working. And that was all I did, man. But I did it for months.
You did it, which allowed you to just get rid of your opinions and just like analyze what was going on. You
don't want to start 2026 like this. I'm starting a new pilot program called 2026 Preseason Training. It's for leaders who want to get their team match fit before the whistle blows and the 2026 season kicks off. So if you're running a good company or a team and you want to hit 2026 in a sprint, this is your window right now to set it up. We'll custom build your 12-month plan and drop it into a Trello board so that you actually track it and use it. We'll resource it properly so the work actually gets done and set you up a SKOOL community so that you're ready to get rhythm from day one. We'll be setting it all up using Goldratt's project rules of flow to mitigate the 12 causes of project failure, because that's exactly what this is and how you need to treat it. as a project. And you'll also be learning to leverage AI where it counts to get the most impact. This isn't some paint by numbers cookie cutter course. It's pre-season training, custom built for your business. There's only 10 spots and we'll have it wrapped up so that you're ready to run before we hit Christmas. DM me the words 2026 pre-season training and I'll send you all the details, because you really don't want to start 2026 like this.